Hello, you're welcome to my channel. If it's the first time I'm coming across a video, you're welcome. In this channel, we teach how to make DIY dresses. So you're highly welcome to the family. Today we'll be learning how to make this triangle bubu top. And if it's something you love to learn, keep watching and use our handle to reach us when you recreate it. For the tutorial, I used a silk fabric, a light silk fabric for it. I used 2 yards of fabric for it because I'm on a plus size. If you're on a smaller size, you could use 1.5, but it's always good to have excess than having shortage of fabric. Okay. So you're going to fold your fabric into two and fold it again in a bias form as seen like so. So your folding should be giving you something like a cone shape, if you know what that means. From the top, my shoulder measurement is 7, then plus sewing an hour 7.5. But I would advise to do 8. That's from the tip of the triangle, like the folded mouth, to this this point. As you say, you do 8, but I did straight like this, but later I extended it, so that's why I'm correcting it now. Like from here, now that I'm put my tape, you go down by 8 so that you have this drape neckline. Okay, then when you mark that 8, you go down by 1 inch, then you connect it back to the 8 that you did. I did 7.5 here, I later adjust it. So you just connect like so, and we're going to move to the connect it to the edge. Towards the edge, there will not be, you see the way it is, that's how you're going to connect it. So from that point, I am going to, from your shoulder, to your half sleeve is usually 15, right? So if you add the 8 to it, so what I did 20 for this one. You can do 19, you can do 17. It depends on where you want it to stop. You see mine is around my elbow, right? So I did 20 for this. So from the tip I marked 20. Sorry it was not showing, but I'm still going to show you later as the video goes on. It's how I placed my my phone. Okay, so from that place I am going to do 7 inch. So from the tip I marked 19, right? I marked 20, so I'm just cutting here off so that you see what I'm doing. So this is me cross checking my neck depth. Okay, so if you want it to be seated on top of your neck, what you do is you mark your accurate shoulder measurement. Then what you do is when you open it up, the place you want to be the front side, you deepen it more. Okay, if not, it's going to be choking, like going up. So from, we've already marked, I did 20, that's that point. So from my 8, you see I did 20. So from that 20, I am going to go down. I'm going to do my armhole opening where my hand is going to come out from. I did 7. I later adjust it to 8. The reason I adjust it to 8 is because of my hip line, but we'll get to know that when we're working. So now you need this measurement. Not that you're going to mark it, but it will help you at the long run. Standard length measurement for top usually is 25. If you're a tall person, 25, 26. Standard is 25. 25 works for almost everybody. Then those with petite size, like the smallish kind of, they use 23, right? So now I'm going to mark my waist measurement is 17, right? So I just want you to know what will give you that triangle extension. So my waist measurement is 17. Now I marked my full measurement for the top that I need is I did 25. So for you to calculate yours, you're going to mark your half length. That's your waistline. From your waistline, you do your hip measurement. From your waistline, you take your hip measurement. Your hip measurement should be, some persons, me, I use 9 because I'm quite tall and my hip. So it sits, mine is 9. So you can do 8. Standard is 8. If you do your hip measurement, waist measurement, you take your hip measurement, hip line, then you now, from that your hip line, you extend it to, like, you add like 5 inch extra or 6 to give you that V shape. Okay, if you don't want to use the full length I use here is 35. So, and you see I'm tall, and you can see how it is on me. So now I'm going to check from this line. Now I'm going to check if it will align with my hip line. my hip measurement. So you see, if I cut it now, I'm still going to by cut that place. So that was why I added 8 inch for my armhole opening, because I actually want it. I don't want the hip side to be too tight, okay, so that I will have ease there. So I added 8 inch so that when I move my hand will move out again a little more, okay. So now I'm just going to connect the the 35 inch 35 to the 8. See, now I've extended it. I'm showing you I've extended my armhole opening because of my hip measurement, because I want it that hip side to be a little bit not too tight, okay. So I'm just going to, if you have a straight ruler, you should be able to place the straight ruler from your added your length to the armhole side. So you see, I'm giving it a little bit of something like a curve. That's because my ruler was not straight, but I'm still going to adjust it as I mark. All right, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like and share, and drop a comment. And if you try it out, use our handle to reach us on our social media to share picture with us. It will gladden my heart to know that I was able to help someone somewhere. So now, please pay attention to this place. I'm going to show you later as well. I went in by 1.5, but please, you do, if you're doing your own, that edge that I went in by 1.5, do 2.5. If possible, 2.5 will be okay. Then connect it back to the edge of this armhole, okay? The beginning of the armhole opening as seen. So now I'm cutting out. So you cut out like so, and the hip line that I marked, okay, that your hip line that I marked, I'm just going to connect it to the edge like so. So that's where the V opening will start from, the sewing will end. So you're going to mark there, take note of it, mark it, and you notch the edge part. So that's me indicating that I'm going to notch that part. So your sewing is going to end there. So the opening will give you that V. So now I'm just going to cut out the armhole side. That you see I did 1.5. I said, please, that edge you do 2 or 2.5 on that edge. Then you connect it back to the edge like so. As you just see me do, that's how it's going to be. But don't do 1.5, because you see that if I raise my hand, I'll show you, it's giving like it has a little bit of tint triangle shape. Then on the upper part like this, you just slant it with 1 inch. Then just like you did at the edge of that place, that's how you're going to do there. Just do like 1.5 downward and slash. Then you notch the hip line, that your hip line that you connected like that, just notch there, so that when you open it, when you're sewing, you know where to stop, okay. And we're almost done. So you're just going to, for the neck, like I said, if you're using your direct measurement, as you open it like so, you just dip in one part, like you go in again with the place you want to be the front, you go in by 1 inch and dip in it and connect it back to the edge. So you're just going to sew this armhole side like so to the edge. Then you sew from there, you stop at where your armhole, round armhole is. Then you go down again. But I'm going to show you now. I'm just going to cut out what I used for the bias. I'll show you the sewing process, so don't worry. I will cut out what I used for the bias. I did 2 inches. This fabric is already on bias fold. Okay, you know we cut the top on a bias fold, so the fabric is already on a bias fold. So that stretch is there. So don't worry about that if you're using the pieces that is left. So you're just going to have that bias stretch that you need. Okay, so you see it's stretching. So now this is the neckline. So you just put it together, you open it, you're going to start from the armhole side and end from where that armhole opening started from. So this is where I stitch, that was where I ended. And now I'm starting from the other edge, I'm going to end where I notched. Okay, so I am done doing that. That's the armhole opening there, right there. Remember that 8 inch. Remember that 20 we started from, and from that 20 we marked 20 and we did another 8 inch downward. That's where the arm opening is. So you're just going to fold like this, or you could use bias at this point if you are not, if you can't hem perfectly like this, use bias. So that's the neckline. um I later deepened it. I later removed all this part, but I'm just showing you that's the neckline. You're going to turn inside out, or you make your you fold your um bias. You fold it like a bias and just put it on it and top stitch round. Okay, then weave. So this is the edge. I've sewn one side, so I'm going to show you. Remember that notch part, right? So your sewing is going to end there. So that's where your folding is going to start, from the notch part. But at this point, if you have a weaving machine, please kindly weave before you do this, so it will bring your work out very neat. You start folding with 0.2, another 0.2, which will give you like half inch. You sew to the edge, you get to the edge again, you turn it and you sew to the other edge. So this is what you will have. So this is the first fit that I did. Everything was perfect aside from the neck. You see the neck is up a little, so I had to deepen it. You see the triangle I'm saying? So if you deepen it, if you do that 2.5, when you raise your hand, it's not going to be pointing like a triangle like that anymore. Okay, so it's just a correction. I noticed it when I was done, so I'm just saying so your own don't look like that. Not that it's not fine, it's still very much okay. So now I am deepening the neck at like 1 inch. And if you watch up to this point and you've not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so. Thank you. Make sure to like and drop a comment in the comment section. So I'm just going to fold it again, and I didn't use bias this time. I could fold perfectly. I can fold flip perfectly and don't have issues. So, but if you can at this point, use your bias. Okay. So this is what I have when I was done folding it. You can see how neat it looked and it came out nice. So I'm just going to show you the finished look when I wore it. So now the neckline, I like the neckline this time because I can drop it if I want. Okay, see, it's dropping now. You can even deepen it more than I did if you want to have that full drop on the other side. So thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, and kindly subscribe. See you in my next one. Bye.